Hello again, leopards. It's time once again for a little bit more, just a touch more, art instruction regarding the elements of art. We should be, at this point, nearly finished with our art elements poster. And the last art element we need to discuss, it's just one. I know we've had a double dose of art elements in the last two lessons, is one that's really fun to try because it shows what we know from our past lessons and how we use those things to create space or distance in artwork. So we're going to create some space or distance in art as our last art element. And yes, I do understand that means there's still going to be one box that's empty. We're going to call that the combo box. If you would like to combine some art elements and show me what you know, we've also left that box as extra if we've just really made a huge mistake and you needed the extra space. So, as we get started, once again, I appreciate your patience because it gets a little crazy and a little noisy when I flip my camera view to a document camera view. So give me your patience, please, and I'll get that started. Thank you for your grace with the noise and the adjustment. So, of course, this is what we've been working towards, a finished art elements poster. And while we started long ago with line and shape, and then we moved on to color and form, texture and value, we're now ready for distance or space in art. So I'm going to use the one I've been drawing on this whole time. It's already folded back to give a bit smaller drawing area so that the camera view is better for you. I do have a hole in my paper because I'm using some recycled old notebook paper. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to make sure I draw around that issue. And on my last example, the finished example, I drew a road winding into the distance. This time, I'm going to draw. I apologize for that announcement in the middle of my recording. I'm going to draw a vanishing point where it appears as though we're looking down a long road into the distance or down a railroad track. And when you're looking at the examples on my canvas cards, you're going to find that there's a photograph of a railroad track. To start a distance drawing in this way, we need a vanishing point, or a point where our lines that form the sides of the road or the sides of the railroad track are going to point to. And they're going to come down to the bottom of the paper in a diagonal way. I'm then going to make sure where my point is that I draw a nice solid line all the way across that holds that point to it. Now this might look like a super simple road vanishing into the distance. Definitely add to that. Could we have the sun going down towards the end of the road? How about some small shadowy trees? What about some trees that appear closer? We'll make them bigger to show distance or space. Maybe I could have some tiny, close together highway lines that get bigger and farther apart as I move down the paper. I'm going to use my combo box for combining art elements to show you a super simple way to show space and distance, and that is overlapping. If I draw a simple circle and I draw another one peeking out from behind it, one looks closer than the other. This is a simple way to draw space and distance. If you draw an entire scene, make sure you have 6 things in your picture. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the ground. I need 2 more. I have 1, 2. I need 4 more to show overlapping. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, extra. Sometimes I can't stop drawing. So either way you'd like to show space and distance is fine. And then I'm going to reverse my paper, so I've got an extra box. In your combination box, combine any of the art elements you like. I'm sure you've noticed that we combine them as we draw anyway. For instance, this square also shows us straight lines, vertical and horizontal lines. This parallelogram shows us diagonal lines, and it shows us parallel lines or horizontal lines. So a combo drawing is going to show us more than one art element used together, and that happens all the time. When you are finished doing your personal best, follow the directions to submit a picture.